Good morning. I am at, I guess, the zenith of a very long, wonderful run along the coast, the southern coast of the Isle of Venice. I've made it to about the furthest eastern point you can go, which is this Chiesa di Sant'Elena. And yeah, there's a military complex over there, and the way to the actual pier is gated. So this is about as far as I get. But it's been a great run so far. Yeah, about 1.5 miles and probably another 1.5 back, so short, but we got places to be. Here's a view from the southeastern side of the island. We've got that long island there is the Lido, which is sort of the natural breakwater that protects the harbor. Then we've got, I believe, San Servolo, San Clemente, and La Grazia. Those islands over there. And then finally, looking that way, that's the Venice we've been at. You can see the big clock tower right there. Is that the one for St. Mark's? So yeah, this is actually a beautiful little park, which I've been enjoying over here by St. Helena. And yeah, this is a great running route. So if you're in Venice, highly recommend coming this way. 8 a.m. All right, I've run a little north. This is the Basilica di San Pietro di Castello. Over here in this much less touristy, much more interesting side of the island. And that is the wall of the former Venetian arsenal where Venice used to maintain and construct its giant navy. That goes way back in there. The parts that I believe are open to the public today are much smaller and sort of clustered on the other side. So I'm going to start making my way back to San Marco now, but it's been interesting to see this side of the island. So today we're heading to Murano, and we're waiting on the Vaporetto Pier, which is swaying wonderfully. Thank God neither of us get seasick. Last two allowed on the boat.
We got very lucky.
And here's where I was pointing out all those islands earlier. And welcome to Murano. This island is known for its glasswork, and already, right off the boat, there's a lot of it.
The squid are very impressive.
Time for some glass blowing.
Damiano hoy nos vas a mostrar las dos técnicas principales y ahora se va a empezar con la técnica del vidrio soplado, que es la más antigua y la más utilizada aquí también, que son arena de sílice, carbonato de calcio y carbonato de sodio. Después la ponemos en el horno a una temperatura de 1300 grados centígrados. Y ahora, por favor, miras, esta técnica aquí se llama técnica del primer tentativo. Y él tiene solo 90 segundos para trabajar con el vidrio antes que se pone más duro. This technique is called the first try method, and he's going to have only 90 seconds to work with the glass.
He made that in 90 seconds. We had lunch at Ristorante dalla Mora, and that was phenomenal. They had a platter with like 15 different kinds of fish on it. And they were able to go no shellfish for Gemma's sake. So it was fantastic. If you're in Murano, highly recommend it. Over there, just beyond the canal, is La Chiesa di Santa Maria degli Angeli, which is, for those familiar with the Casanova story, where he had his famous assignation with the nun known only as MM. The story goes that he initially got a girl pregnant, she was sent to a nunnery, and the woman who helped communicate with her actually became one of the great loves of his life. But since she was also a nun, they were kind of stuck about it. And here's the church itself. You can see it probably isn't getting the love that it did in Casanova's day, but still a pretty building. Big trees with big flowers all around. Gemma pointed out this is a fig tree, and if you look at it, there's little figs. They're not ripe yet. I don't really think we should try picking them, but there's little figs here. Now, unfortunately, the monastery that used to be attached to this church, where all the nuns lived, has been long ago demolished. In the garden behind the church, though, they've got pomegranate trees.
And over here they have
and a vineyard. Oh, and there's a little rose bush.
tall like yours.
It's, yeah, it's teetering like mine. It's not as leafy, though. Seems to be struggling.
Look at it. Beautiful.
Glasanova. Now we're on our way to Burano.
It looks like a tomato.
You have no idea how nice this shade feels right now.
It feels pretty great.
And welcome to beautiful Burano. Look how colorful everything is. Beautiful in the light of the finally setting sun. Where Murano was known for its glass, Burano here is known for its lace. Although, as Gemma pointed out, there is still plenty of glass. Sunset over Venice. I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but just on the horizon you can see Il Campanile. That's where we came from and where we're gonna head later tonight. But isn't that beautiful? Baby's first taste of the Adriatic. No? A little too much for you?
I just wasn't expecting it.
So, we're about to go to Il Gatto Nero, which is a very well-known restaurant here on Burano. And at some point, like 10 or 11, we'll try and grab the last Vaporetto back to Venice. So, yeah, today's been fantastic. Burano has been very beautiful. Murano itself, I spent a lot of money on a glass thing, which I shouldn't have done, but hey, it was wonderful, and I'm glad I have it now. So yeah, it's been a wonderful day. Tomorrow we're just going to putz around, visit Il Rialto, just see what's happening in Venice. So yeah, until then, good night.